In today's video, this recipe is a game changer. Do you remember back when we would make the Rice Krispie treats in the pan, and when you got all done, the pan was a big mess? I am going to make these completely done in this 9 by 13 dish, so come along with me and let me show you how I put this together. I am using the large box of Rice Krispies and I have a big bag of marshmallows. I'm going to need 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. And so let's get started. The first thing I need to do is get my butter ready. I need 6. I'm going to cut right there and get the butter in the dish. I will be combining everything in this 9 by 13 pan, so I'm going to cut this butter kind of small. The reason for that is I really want to spread that all over the bottom of this dish. Just like that, and I forgot to spray it. First you want to spray it first. I am not picking the butter back up. I'm just going to spray right over the top. It'll be fine. Now I'm going to add in my teaspoon of vanilla. Now open the marshmallows and I'm going to pour the entire bag over the top of all of this. And then you want to spread them out. The recipe calls for adding the Rice Krispies at this point. I am going to change that up a little. I want to stick it in the oven for, say, about 2 or 3 minutes, just to give the marshmallows a good start. Then I'll bring it back out and add the Rice Krispies. And here they are in the oven. And I just wanted to point out the size of this is 18 ounces. This recipe calls for 9 ounces. So I'm just going to try to guess about where half of it is when I pour it in. I don't think it really matters. You got to just try to come close. I'm going to spray my spoons both sides. I had done that in the sink. I didn't do it on the counter there. I just wanted to show you. And now I'm going to pull them out. You can see they're starting to get golden brown on the top, and that's exactly what I wanted. The nice thing about this is it makes it taste just like a camp, when you're camping out and making s'mores. It has a little bit of that taste. And now I'm just going to pour on here. I'm really just kind of guessing half the bag. You don't have to measure. And at the end, I always end up adding a little bit more anyway because I don't like them to be real sticky. I like the top to be where you can grab a piece and not get marshmallow on your hand. I just want to push them into the grooves a little bit, just kind of push everything down. The marshmallows have already started to melt, so it just kind of helps it all come together. Now I'll put it back in the oven for probably another 10 minutes. Look at how these turned out. Can you see the golden brown on those marshmallows? You just know that adds flavor into this entire dish. It is so good. This gets a little messy, so you got to put your brave hat on and just dig in there and just make it happen. And that's what I did. I am just going to mess around with this until I can get it smooth. This happens sometimes. Sometimes the marshmallows don't get all the way done, and the beauty of this is all you have to do is put it back in the oven for a few seconds, maybe 2 minutes. Melt the ones that are not melted, and you are good to go. These are almost melted, but there's about 4 or 5 of them right in the middle there that need just a little bit more, so I'm going to stick this back in the oven for a couple minutes. These have some great color on them, and they should be really easy to mix now. Once I am sure that I have it mixed up really well, there's no loose Rice Krispies anywhere, that is when I will start to pat it down. I just want to make sure with all those marshmallows that you get them mixed up. It's kind of fun. It's just such an easy dish, and this is such a game changer with making Rice Krispie treats. I just love this way. Before it used to be such a mess, and a lot of times I didn't want to make it just because of what I had to do once it was all done. So now that I've got it about where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and add some more Rice Krispies to the top. And this is what I was talking about as far as you know, making sure the top isn't sticky. That's what's nice about this. I always like to have extra Rice Krispies for this part. I just sprayed the back of that spoon and I'm just going to try to get it all patted down. Just try to get it to all come together. If it doesn't want to come together, all you need to do is add some more Rice Krispies in there and blend them in. I'm just going to do this top just like that, and this is looking really good. Even when I make Rice Krispies in the pan, I always have this problem as well. So once you dump it, I always press them in anyway. I love adding a few sprinkles to the top. It just adds a little color. And now you want to give them probably about an hour or so until they harden up a little bit and they'll be ready to eat. This makes it where you can make this dessert more often and not have the hassle of the big pan waiting for you to clean it out. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you enjoyed this video today, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit the like button. And thank you so much for watching.